here I am flicking my nose again. Sorry. One of my suggestions is, let me see what you think about it. I said they should have like a shade option. You could, like, we have a shade if we come in here, but also, again, I'm a radio guy. I like to have a little theme music because they have an option to shade with music behind it. And as the show starts, you raise the shade. No?
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, we were talking
sense?
about Google Plus. They just did something like that on their Hangouts. They have all these different effects you can use to make your show better. And what was happening before is everybody was making their own third-party, like Cam Twist and some other ones, and it were really hard to figure out how to use for like a Mac or a PC. And if it's all integrated in, then it works better. But you know of Sarah Hill's show, right, Shaun? I was trying to figure out how she could possibly use this format on her show. And now that I see it working, it might work better like in interview settings where you want to do a one-on-one thing, and you can, and maybe it's also a good way to screen who's coming on your show too, rather than just opening it up to the public.
True. But I think I haven't. Again, it's still in beta. I think it's only one person at a time you could have on the call here. I think. Yeah. Because I didn't mean to cut you off when Robert called in, or called in. Here I am on radio. When Robert logged in, I guess, there you go. I went to him and it dropped you, didn't it?
Well, yeah, it did drop me, and he had the same problem I had. Yeah. He couldn't hear you, and the reason why he called in was because I responded to your post on the Google Plus. But I really think this is a clean look, talking one-on-one, then someone else pops in the queue and go to them, I think there's a lot of things that could be really good about this. So speaking of that, do you have someone else in the queue you'd like to talk to?
No one else in the queue yet. I think we should allow. You're gonna hear him just talking off conference options. Say when I bring on up to 3 or 4 at a time, it should let me conference in more people. And then we would come a roundtable discussion instead of going from one to the other. I think it should open it up a little bit more of a conference setting. Well,
so for example, let's say Robert was in the queue right now, and you were asking me something. Could you click on him and then go to him, then come back to me? Is that how it works? Or do I have to sign back in again?
I tried that when he was on there. I clicked him, and then it knocked you off.
So I would have to sign in again if I wanted to respond to something he said or you said.
Yeah, exactly. Again, if anybody's listening on the air, I'm just just my first time trying this, second time trying this. But also, I think they should have an option you could listen, and then if you want to dial it, and then you can listen and dial in at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it would be good if your audience, unlike the Hangouts, could hear the show and decide whether or not. Now they could join. Now on the Hangouts, now that they have the on-air thing, you can do that, but it takes time to buffer, and I don't always enjoy watching it do that. So but like you said, this is in beta. It certainly is a clean look. I like it, and I guess you could have an on-the-air marathon, just stay on all the time, and even rotating hosts, I guess.
Yeah, so far, and I don't see any switchboard. Again, it's very, very, very new. I don't see a switchboard, and I don't see a time limit either. Which could be good, could be bad. I see people sitting out here 24 hours a day, just chatting away or whatever they're doing away. I think they ought to establish some kind of time limits. I don't know what the bandwidth is on this site, but it's, you have a couple hundred people on there. It'd be soaking up a lot of bandwidth, you'd think, right? Yeah,
well, another interesting point, too, is that on the Google Plus Hangouts, a lot of times my picture looks really pixelated, and this one, to me, we both look pretty clean on there. I only see a little digitized on maybe my forehead, but sometimes I'll go on Sarah's show, and I'll look really good here in Missouri, but then I tried doing something with Fox in LA, and it just looked awful. So maybe the technology with what they're doing is better. I think it has a lot to do with how many windows you have open at the same time from different video feeds coming in. But I'm not that techie. I'm techie enough.
It's like me. I didn't know my mic settings played a role in this thing. I just went like normally, and nobody could hear me. But yeah, I think probably the more windows you have, and again, the speed of your internet probably isn't a part of it. I think if your computer's hardwired to your internet, probably be better than it's wireless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and then a lot of times I'll use Google Plus, and I'll go on Sarah's show or something, and my Wi-Fi can sometimes worse than the 3G service I have on my phone. Because you can go mobile with Google Plus and walk around your field or whatever, and there have been days when the 3G is better than the Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi I have here in Columbia through CenturyLink is pretty cruddy. Sorry, CenturyLink, but it's true.
That's why somebody here in Vegas. I live here in Vegas, and a lot of people are switching to CenturyLink and all this stuff. They say, I'm on Cox Cable. They said, I want cable internet because I've heard horror stories about everybody else. It's a little more expensive. I'm keeping it because I think the internet stream, it's important. If I'm going to keep doing this, I've done it for 6 years with Blog, and I think the important thing when I put them back, the internet's going to be, I get high-speed internet. I think you need that to make your picture looks better. I need a little bit of a haircut, or I need a shave thing too. But I mean, other than that, I think it's the quality of your internet.
Yeah, I mean, my DSL link is 1.5, but like if you're in New York or something, it might be up to 24. And the reason why I have 1.5 is I live on the edge of the city limits of Columbia, and I was lucky I got DSL when I did, because after I got it, CenturyLink said, well, you shouldn't have gotten it. Well, I'm not giving it back now, but if I go to, like, in town to Columbia College or to Starbucks, or Panera Bread, rather, the internet line is much better. For a while, Google was doing that fiber optic line. I think Kansas City ended up getting it, but we tried to get it. But I think the powers that be who run internet service really need to figure out a better way to cater to rural communities, because the satellite stuff that you can get through DirecTV and stuff like that does not work very well. It's really slow, and but this is the way. This is the future, Shaun. I was joking with someone the other day about
years ago.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that's right.
You go.
Is there a delay? Do you think? Is there a delay? Do you think Is there a delay between what I'm saying and what you're hearing? What kind of delay is it? Usually with Blog Talk, it could be anywhere from 5 seconds to like 30-second delay.
Well, I feel like the delay is more when I talk to you, because after you finally respond, I can go, but it's hard to say because we can't listen to the show unless you're on. So I know there is on the Hangouts sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised there is some delay. But I think they need to find a way so you can record your show. I'm recording part of the show through my QuickTime player. But and they'll obviously going to make a schedule or something, so you know what's coming on, and and then I think, like, you're doing your test show here, you might want to promote it somehow on Google Plus or somewhere, and throw out some topics and stuff like that, and I think it'll take some promotion to get this thing going.
Oh yeah, take promotion, and again some small things like you said, some of the music options. You have the Hangouts, a shade option also if you want to. You can have more than one person on, because I know I used to do political coverage with Blog Talk. On a time, it'd be nice to be able to have that, but we'll see. I guess you could do it out in the field. You bring a laptop.
Sure.
And internet. They don't have a cam with you, but again, the wireless is going to worry about how strong is the wireless going to be. Again, the guy goes whoever has a strong wireless. Maybe a Starbucks probably has a good wireless.
Starbucks and Panera Bread, but I mean, like when I'm using my phone, I just use the 3G service, and I can wander anywhere I want to, and I don't need a hotspot. And it looks fine. You can also use your phone as a hotspot sometimes for your laptop too. But
yeah.
you know, I really think this could be a good format, and I'll have to share this with Sarah for sure, and people like Melissa Carlson. Do you know Melissa?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Sarah's been a trailblazer in this as well, and it's interesting. So hoping, he's got 3 people listening. So you, well, I don't think the listener number up on top, I don't know if it includes me or not. I know you're on there. Maybe Allie's on there, and probably a 3rd person's listening. I'm not sure.
Well, let me ask Allison, if you're listening, do you have something you want to add to the conversation?
Twitter. Yes, Allie, why don't you call in? I don't think she's worried about having the camera on. Now, you don't have to turn the camera on, I don't think, to be.
I think you could just turn the audio on.
Try and call in, Allie. We'll see if it have to have the camera on. I don't think you.
Well, the other thing I was going to say, Shaun, is once you put your channel up there, it allowed me to log in through Facebook and Twitter. So I don't know if I have received my invitation yet or not, but I'm certainly in, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well, I didn't invite anybody.
Yeah.
I'm a party pooper. I didn't invite anybody. I thought I'd try this out on my own and a few people just to see. You know what I mean, it's not anything official. Just wanted to give it a whirl.
Well, very cool. Well, I need to run because I have stuff to do. But thanks for letting me try this out with you. And
no problem.
How long do you plan on staying on?
All right. I'll be on for a while. Hope Allie will be participating, and I'll just babble for a few minutes more. Yeah, it's fine. I'll babble until 2 o'clock Pacific. Right. 12 more minutes.
And just so you know, I just heard myself talk and then talk back to you, and there was like probably a 5-second delay. I said it, and I could hear myself on your end repeating what I just said.
Feedback.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
All right, Shaun. Good luck. I'll see you on Google or whatever. And,
thanks, Dan.
And take care.
Check me out on Blog Talk Radio. I'm in the television man on Blog Talk.
Okay, I'll look for it. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, there goes Dan. Allie says she can hear me, but very little delay. So there you go. Allie, why don't you try and participate? You could try on your mic.